Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsan ila yawmiddin. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so unfortunately, I did the first lesson, but I recorded the wrong screen, so I'm having to redo it on video for those who want to benefit and could not join. So Durus Lughat al-Arabiya means lessons with the Arabic language لغير الناطقين بها, for those who do not speak it. So this is for beginners who do not speak the Arabic language. And these are the things we want to focus on. We want to focus on number one, vocabulary. So learning from Arabic to English. Knowing words like kitab, maktab, najm, what do they mean? Number two, we want to learn about the word endings. We want to learn the why. Why do words end such ways? Why is it Alhamdulillahi Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen? Why? Why is it Rabbi Lillahi Alhamdu Alameen? See, this part will remain the same, this part will remain the same, and this will remain the same. It will always be Rabb. It will never be Rub or Rib. It will always be Lillahi when it's want to mean for Allah. It will always be Alhamdu, not Ulhamdu or Ilhamdu. It will always be Alhamdu. It will always be Al Alameen. And this word Alameen will always be Alameen. It will never be Ilimeen or Ulumeen. So, well, I should probably keep that in. And number three, grammatical breakdowns. Because we know knowing the why is based on the grammatical reasonings. And although book one does not focus heavily on the grammar side of things, well, it does in a sense, but of course, there's 3 books of this. So book one more so focuses to help you build on your vocabulary. Starting this, we go to the first page. Now see, look, it says Ad-Darsul Awwal. Now it's key to note in Arabic, we read this way. So we translate it this way too. So Ad-Darsu meaning lesson. Al-Awwalu meaning first. And there you have it. Sometimes you could easily translate it like that. First lesson. Easy translation. First lesson. And it will be the first lesson. How do we know? Because of this alif lam. So come here. The first lesson. And now this has it too. The first. But you don't say the first, the lesson. You would say the first lesson. Now this focuses on a certain sentence structure. And it's this one. هذا باب. هذا مسجد. هذا قلم. هذا مفتاح. So we're going to focus on that here. So we see, we already have it here. هذا for us, written. We have the. So even though it's this, it's not هذا, it's spelled like this. هذا. It's spelled like this, but it's written like this. No, sorry. It's written like this and spelled like this, but it's pronounced like this. هذا. But they remove the alif. Arabs just want to make life easier. They want to shorten things down rather than having so much spelling, or to constantly have the, and it takes up space. Imagine, think about how much times هذا comes in the Quran, هذه, هؤلاء, but then they just want to make life easier rather than هؤلاء. Now there are 3 things to note when it comes to هذا. Firstly, this هذا here, it is an demonstrative pronoun or an indicating pronoun. It indicates to you what things are. For example, I'm holding my phone in my hand right now, you can't see that, but I'd say this is my phone, or this is a phone. So it's for indicating. Indicating. And there are 3 things to note with it. Yes, okay, I'm going to write it here rather than. Okay, so it has to refer to something which is, oh, wrong keyboard. It has to refer to something which is masculine. It's disappeared. It has to refer to something which is masculine. That's number one. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, I've gone to my. You can see this in front of me now. I have to watch out about that, to what it's showing the wrong part of the face. Has to refer to something which is masculine, and I cannot correct the spelling either. I should have perhaps used one note. Okay, let's carry on writing. Has to refer to something which is masculine with one eye. Yeah, there should be one eye there. Masculine, something which is close, and something which is masculine, close, and singular. So now we'll explain this. See, every word in Arabic, or every noun, shall I say, every noun in Arabic is either masculine or feminine. It will be something which is close or far away. It will be singular, dual, or plural. See, Arabic has its own stuff for dual, if there's two things, two books. But for now, this is all we have to worry about. Why? This is all we're learning for now. So just know, by default, words are masculine. And then how to know if it's close? Just if it's close by you, then you refer to it. And if it's single, if you refer to one thing. So anytime you see hada, you say this book. If you're saying this book, you're clearly referring to a book which is close to you, whether it's literally or metaphorically. But if it's far away, you're trying to point out something. For example, let's say someone walks into a building and it's very far away. You see him across the building. And you say, oh look, that's Khalid over there, that's Muhammad. Or if there's a bookshelf far away from you, you say, that's a bookshelf over there. But hada is for something which is close only. And it's referring to one thing. If it's referring to two or three, it refers to different things. If it's referring to something far, it'll be a different word. If it's referring to something masculine, it'll be a different word. So now, that's one thing to know. Now, what rule are we learning here? What grammatical thing is this? See, hada comes for two different grammatical reasons. The second one, you don't have to worry about for a long time. What we have to worry about is the first one, which is coming up. And this is the is rule. So I'll give you the English name for it, and then I'll give you the Arabic name with it. Is rule. And in Arabic, we'll be calling it mubtada khabar. Mubtada khabar. It's khabara. So what is this? For example, look, you want to say Zaid is tall. They are Muslims. I am a student. In Arabic, this does not exist, this does not exist, and this does not exist. So we want to figure out how do we get from Zaid is tall and put it down over here into Arabic. Okay. So we will start with Haza, because Haza is the main focus of today. So if we want to say, for example, this is a book. How do you do it? Now there's 3 steps. Some might just be able to see the sentence structure and figure it out. If you can do that, Alhamdulillah. I want to cater for everyone in their own way. So 1, 2, let's do number 1 first. 1, 1, 2. Right backwards. So you write this backwards. So you say this is a book. Now number 2, what do you want to do? Remove is. Because again, in Arabic, there is no is, there is no are, there is no am. You need to remember that. So we're getting rid of is. And we're keeping this a book. Which may not make sense yet. Okay, why are we doing it backwards? Because in Arabic, you read this way. So in English, you'll say, a book is this. But no, we speak by Arabic. We want to read from right to left. So now, simple rule. Translate. So this below is هذا. And a book is kitab. I'm telling you now. I will provide inshallah a vocab type list for you to be able to use it, so you can translate from English to Arabic based on what I give you, because I'm only giving homeworks based on the vocabulary I have given. So هذا kitabun. Look, in this rule, in this is rule, when you want to say is a book, note that it'll have two dhammas. Two dhammas. Why not one? We'll speak about that now, inshallah. No? Okay, it's a highlighter. I'm still figuring out how to spell it, you guys can see. No, that's also highlighter. Okay, that works, but this one's bit weirder to write out. A book. Okay. So that's how you do it. And even for translating, you'll do it backwards as well. Because if I told you, hey, what does this هذا كتاب mean? You go backwards. Okay, this translated this a book. Now no one in Arabic says this a book, so say this is a book. I'll write it down for you later on to help you understand. But nonetheless, so now when does a word have one vowel? Now what do I mean by vowel? This kitab, fatha, dhamma, kasra, or as you may call it, zabr, zir, pesh. Look, if you have, there's three reasonings, but I'm only going to give one reasoning as to why. For now, when more reasonings come, I'll give more reasonings. Look, if there's alif, lam at the start. For example, look, we have kitabun, but then it becomes al kitabu. Al kitabu. Why? Because the alif lam right here. Okay. Simple. Okay, so look. هذا مسجد. This is going back to this lesson over here, which is what we refer to now, because we've done this now. هذا can only refer to something which is masculine, close, and single. Masculine, close, and single. So it won't be referred, you won't say هذا زينب. This is Zainab. You will use هذا. Use suffix as, which we will learn in another lesson. But you will say هذا زيد. هذا مسلم. This is a Muslim. هذا طالب. This is a student. And it will be referring to a man. Or a masculine word, which again we'll speak about that. And it will refer to something which is close, قريب. So you will not say this is a pen, and it's referring to a pen in a completely different house. Or you're referring to something single, one thing. So you won't be saying هذا قلم, this is a pen, and be referring to 10 pens. And you talk about the is rule, which we will put into application now, but backwards. And we need to remember, if it has alif lam at the start, it will only have one. Al-kitabu, not al-kitabun. For example, Muslimun. Muslimun becomes al-muslimu. Al-muslimu. Okay. So we're ready for what? Look, see. Ad-darsu, not ad-darsun. Ad-darsu al-awwalu. Ad-darsu al-awwalu has one dhamma at the end. Okay. So هذا بيت. that we work backwards. Just write down what they mean. So this, هذا means this. Beitun means book. Sorry, as you can see here, it means house. This house. Now, is that a full sentence? This house. If I randomly came to you and said, this house, and walked off, would you understand it? No. And we already spoke about this sentence structure, so don't get confused. Don't say, yeah, this house makes sense to me. No, we spoke about this before. Look, هذا كتاب. كتاب. This is a book. We spoke about this. So the sentence structure is always going to be the same. When you see هذا بيت, هذا خالد, هذا زيد, it'll be this is something. The last word is what you have to figure out. So this is a house. So you won't say this is house either. You say this is a house. This a masjid or a mosque. So you have this is a mosque. So هذا مسجد, this is a mosque. هذا باب, this is a door. هذا مسجد. هذا كتاب, we saw already. This is a book. This is a pen. This is a key. Key. هذا مفتاح. هذا قلم. هذا كتاب. هذا باب. As for these three, I would like you, so I've given you the words, I want you to translate it, that's it. Okay, why is this right here? I wrote this down randomly. So this is a homework. As I mentioned before, I did record this lesson already, but then I recorded the wrong screen. So this will always be هذا. It will never be هذن, هذن, هذا, or هذن. It will always be هذا. But as for the second one, look, مكتب. It always end in two dhammas. Because see, these words can change. It could become maktaban, maktabin, maktabun. But because there's a hada before it, for now we know this is hada maktabun. This is a table. So I want you to translate it. I'll give you more translate too, inshallah. So translation and grammatical breakdown. Now we want to speak about, okay. See, I mentioned here, qalamun. I said hada only refers to something masculine. How is a pen masculine? Now see, in English, we don't have masculine words, feminine words. But in Arabic, in Spanish, other languages they do. There's a masculine word, there's a feminine word. So now how do you know what's masculine, what's feminine? Okay, let's just rewrite it, make life easier, so you can see the process as you go through it. Look, there be masculine and feminine. Okay, so as for masculine, by default, you'll assume it to be masculine. Most Arabic words are simply masculine. As for feminine words, yes, there are certain things to figure it out. And there are different reasons, we will go over them, but okay, we'll go over some. So now you see birth and legs and you're confused. Okay. As for feminine, then it depends. There's one literal way of looking at it and one, in a sense, you can say logical way. So first type is just the way you can see it by reading it. And that's if it has this ta at the end. It's called ta marbuta. So I'll write it in Arabic, marbuta. Marbuta. We see this one if it has it. Look, ta marbuta here. For example, look, if I say طالبة. طالبة. This ta is here at the end. You say طالبة, but if you stop, you say طالبة. Or if you say خديجة. خديجة. See here, has a ta marbuta at the end. As for the second way, this is the more, how do you say it, more logical way. And it's merely by them hearing. For example, look, Zainab. Now you, as a non-Arabic speaker, could tell me it's a feminine word. Why? Which guy do you know called Zainab? Zainab. There's no person man called Zainab. If you do, then there's an issue. It's pretty much how, if they give birth, it's right in pink, not for. Anyways, if they give birth, plus, or they lay eggs. They give birth and lay eggs. And the rest is just, Arabs just heard it and they figured it out. Like, they just heard it and they said, okay, this is a girl. For example, Shams. This is a feminine word. Shams meaning sun. And this is just something, as you learn Arabic more, you'll come across it. But of course, all we're focusing on is the mere word. So what do you have to learn for next week? Hada. Remember, it's hada. And you just have to learn the three things it refers to. It refers to something which is masculine, close, and single. One thing. And then we go on to the Israel. Also known as mubtada khabar. This is a book. Learn these 3 steps. And if you don't need the steps, then by all means don't learn it. So this one's optional. So what do we have to learn? This hada thing. Remember, is, are, and am does not exist. And the mubtada khabar. This is a book. Hada kitabun. Remember, this is a mubtada. Let me come closer. This is a mubtada. This is a khabar. And mubtada khabar will usually both have dhammas in it. As I said, hada will always be hada. That's the final thing we'll speak about. So one more time. Hada, masculine, close, single. Hada kitabun. This is a book. Is removed. When does the word have one vowel only? We mentioned there are 3 reasons, but I'm only mentioning one reason to you. And that is when it has alif lam. Al-kitabu. This would make it the book. Well, this is a book. Kitabun means a book. Muslimun, a Muslim. Well, this is the Muslim. Okay. Now here's final thing. See, look, we can use it on anything now. This is rule, right? And we could use it here. You're already getting the cheat codes. I'm going to do it without giving you the writing. So we want to say Zaid is a student. Now you might not know what student is. I'm going to provide you that. But I'm just showing you how to do it. And I'm going to give you what it means. So I'm going to give you a vocab list which says Talib is student, Mu'allim is teacher, Ustad is teacher, Dadis is someone studying, stuff like that. And you're going to use that to follow this step. Because you're going to do number 1. Write it backwards. Zaid is a student. Then you're going to get rid of is. Zaid a student. See, at first you may have to go through these steps, but after a while, inshallah, you'll be able to just you'll be able to get rid of the is. You'll be able to do this without having to write it down each time. And then now you will simply translate. Write in Arabic. Zaid Talib. So it'll be Zaydun Talibun. Why? Because it's mubtada. See, you see here, why dhamma? Because it is a mubtada and khabar. This is the is rule. Is rule, also in Arabic as mubtada and khabar. So mubtada and khabar. Mubtada, khabar. That's why it has two dhammas in it. So you've learnt two reasons why they end in dhamma now. Mubtada is number one, khabar is number two. The first one is Mubtada, Zayd. Talib is the khabar. That's why. And you should be able to explain that to me. So when I gave you, for example, look, Muhammad is a teacher. You should be able to, okay, I'm going to write it down backwards. I'm going to get rid of the is, and it's going to be Muhammadun muallimun. That's the sentence. I mean, Muhammad is a teacher. And how do I know that? Because Muhammad is Mubtada and muallimun is khabar. So inshallah, I'll give the homework now. Is these three, هذا مكتب, هذا سرير, هذا كرسي. You'll translate that into English. And you have to tell me, I'm not already giving it, but you have to translate it correctly because people still mess up translation. And you have to tell me, why does kursiyun end in dhamma? And why does hada not have this dhamma? So that's the grammatical breakdown. And then I'll give you some from English to Arabic. And this is, for example, here I'll give you Muhammad is a teacher, and you have to do this 3-step process. Alright, Muhammadun muallimun. And you will then explain why is Muhammadun and Muallimun, and you say because it is Mubtada and Khabar. This is the sentence structure we are learning, or we have been learning. There are more sentence structures we will learn, and may Allah grant us tawfiq to learn Arabic and to be firm in it, in the language, understanding it. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to understand the words of Allah Ta'ala, the Quran, to be able to understand the Quran during Salah, to be able to have that tadabbur. And we want to make sure our intention is solely for Allah. Subhanahu wa bihamdik, la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you have any questions, by all means, you are able to ask. Okay guys, assalamu alaikum. This just to show you how the homework will be like. As you can see here, the vocabulary, the words I've given. And here's the homework. Oops. How to put that back? There. Okay, so I'll do the first one just as an example. So the student is pious. Now we spoke about those 4 methods to it. So it's already written down, so I'm not going to rewrite it, but I'm just going to write it backwards. So the student is pious. Again, this is just to show you how you can do it. If you want to just write it down, you already know how to say it, by all means do so. And the second step, remove the is. Now translate. I see the student. You go up here. And you see student is talib. And the thing is, I said the student. And if you remember earlier on in the lesson, we spoke about the fact that adding alif lam to the start of a word gives the meaning of the. So talib on its own would mean a student. That it means a student. Whereas the student is al-talib. So if you can just al-talib. And then pious. We go up here again. See, it is salih. And here you won't add alif lam. Why? Because it does not make sense to say the student is the pious. You're trying to say the student is pious. So al-talib. Now we spoke about the fact that mubtada and khabar, this is rule, would have 2 dhammas. But since there's alif lam here, as we learned, you will get rid of 1 dhamma. So be al-talibu salihun. Here it can have 2. Why? Because there's no alif lam preventing it. So al-talibu salihun. The student is pious. So that's just the first example, and the rest is for you to do inshallah, as well as the Arabic above which I gave. Which if you scroll here, you see here is these 3, to translate these 3. Barakallahu feekum. Subhanahu wa bihamdik, la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.